Criterion and movie fans all around the world yesterday imploded when the news came out that the Pixar movie WALL-E is being added to the Criterion Collection. Not in a million years could I have predicted this. It's absolutely crazy, and I still haven't really gathered all of my thoughts on what this means for the future of Criterion. Some people's knee-jerk reaction to this news is that this is the end of Criterion, that they're now releasing children's animated movies, and how dare they put this on the shelf in Barnes & Noble next to my Kurosawa, Tarkovsky, Bergman movies. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, of course, this isn't my viewpoint. This is just what some of the vocal minority are saying on the Criterion Facebook groups and on some of the forums and on social media. And listen, I'm not going to deny that this news is coming completely out of the blue. Like, anyone who says that they could have predicted this is totally lying. It just wouldn't have been on anyone's bingo card at all. So we are getting WALL-E on a 4K Blu-ray combo pack from Criterion this November. And this is monumental. Not only is it a big announcement, it's coming during the Criterion 50% off sale, which we assume is going to happen as it usually does. So this is going to mean that this is going to sell thousands upon thousands of units. Now let's play devil's advocate. Is this a bad thing for Criterion, or is this a good thing? Well, I can see initially why some people would be a bit triggered by this news. Some people hold the Criterion canon in such high esteem that, it's revered by them, and that the addition of this film in particular is somehow shattering their whole world perception. Firstly, if you're one of those people who looks at the Criterion Collection and holds it in such high esteem in that way, then that is not a good way to live your life. The Criterion Collection is, as it is in the name, it's just a collection of films. It's now over 1,000 movies in the collection. No one on this planet likes every single film in the collection. If they say they do like every film in the collection, they're either lying or they just lack any critical function at all. Even within my own collection, I have some films that I hate that I just keep around for some reason. God knows why I still have Jellyfish Eyes on my shelf. I just do. But the point there is there are already weirder things in the collection than Pixar movies. Now, the reason I feel so strongly about this is that I hate any sort of gatekeeping or snobbery in the film community whatsoever. And that's basically what this is, the people that are naysaying this. The simple thing is, if you don't like it, just don't buy it. It's a very democratic thing to vote with your wallet and say that if you don't want the thing, then just don't buy it. Now, the reason that this is a win-win situation is that this is going to generate so much hard profit for Criterion. Now, maybe this is a naive opinion of mine, but I like to think that by having such a big project like this and it generating so much money, which it will do for sure, Criterion are going to reinvest this back into their company, back into their future releases, and I don't think that profit is just going to be pocketed by the top shareholders in the company. So what this means is that even if you don't like this film or these big popular films coming to the collection, it means that the success of those releases is going to help fund those smaller releases where the demand might not be that high, and those releases might actually lose money for Criterion. I'm talking about, the World Cinema Project box sets, the films from, let's say, Abbas Kiarostami, or from Hirokazu Koreeda, or from any filmmakers that aren't these massive names that will sell hundreds of thousands of units. It's going to mean that we're going to get more of those risks being taken by Criterion in the future. By having these massive 4K tentpole releases is going to help fund these smaller passion projects for Criterion, and it's going to help them actually live up to their motto, which is preserving film and preserving world cinema and the tradition of cinema, and making sure that these smaller films don't get lost to history. Being a Disney property as well, this also opens up the possibilities in the future for many more Disney films to be licensed to Criterion. And I'm going to do a proper deep dive and look into what this could potentially mean. But I know people have already pointed out films like The Straight Story from David Lynch, which is under the Disney umbrella. And there's even some far-fetched assumptions that we'll get Star Wars, the original theatrical cuts in the collection. At the moment, those are just pipe dreams, but who knows? It is much more likely now, today, with this news, than it was just a few days ago. So it is a very exciting time. It goes without saying as well that the popularity of the Pixar movies means that this is going to bring so many new people to the Criterion Collection. I can't overstate how popular this release is going to be. It's going to bring so many new people to the format and to collecting. This is really what we need as physical media enthusiasts. It's going to bring people who don't buy discs anymore into collecting discs, and they'll get hooked on the Criterion Collection like many of us are. So it's just a great thing all around. I really don't think anyone has any right to complain about this. If you don't like it, just don't buy it. But even if you don't like it and you're not going to buy it, it is going to benefit you and Criterion and the film community at large. So it is just great news. This is absolutely great news, and I could not have predicted this at all. So those are just my initial thoughts on this announcement. I'm going to be making more videos about this news very soon because there is a lot to think about here and a lot to look towards in the future. But do let me know what you think about this news in the comments section below, because I would love to hear that. If you want to stick around on the channel and watch some more videos where I recommend some great Criterion movies, then click the video that's presented on screen right now. I'm sure you'll get some good recommendations from there. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.